This is the world's first ever electric Rolls-Royce. It's set to come out in late 2023, but today we're going to show you guys some images of the front, the back, the interior, and some of the coolest features that Rolls-Royce is bringing to their upcoming Rolls-Royce Spectre. Little bit of an unofficial reveal based on our research and investigations. Let's get started. Now, I can't think of a single company that's better suited for electrification than Rolls-Royce. Apart from all of the obvious luxury and fancy flexes, Rolls-Royce has established an unparalleled driving experience that they call the magic carpet ride. Being in a Rolls-Royce feels so smooth that it literally feels like you're floating on a magic carpet. And that's with a huge V12. Now replace that V12 with dead silent electric motors and swap the gear shifting with one continuous acceleration. What do you get? You get a magic carpet ride on steroids. But not like the angry, aggressive kind. I mean like, just a more magical carpet or something. In fact, during the making of the Rolls-Royce Spectre, Rolls-Royce achieved such an absurd level of silence inside of the cabin that some of the engineers began feeling sick from sensory deprivation. And that's a true freaking story, which is insane.
You don't hear anything. Literally nothing, like the tram is just going, you don't hear anything, nothing.
A moving car with absolutely zero sound can completely mess with your sense of balance and orientation. Anyways, Rolls-Royce fixed that. Getting back to the outside of the car, a lot of you guys might look at this thing and think, bro, that looks like a Wraith. And you're not wrong, but you are wrong at the same time. According to the team at Rolls-Royce, the Spectre is based on the same architecture of luxury as the Cullinan, the Ghost, and the Phantom. But the dimensions and the proportions of the car are going to be similar to that of the Phantom Coupe. Getting into the finer details, you guys might not have noticed that the Spirit of Ecstasy is getting a complete makeover. It used to be like this, and now it's more like that, if that makes any sense. You can now see that the Spirit of Ecstasy is in a more lower, crouched down stance, like for more power and more physicality, and it's got one leg forward representing progress. All Rolls-Royces after the Spectre are gonna have this new Spirit of Ecstasy on them. Additionally, you're also probably going to be able to get an illuminated version of the Spirit of Ecstasy. Rolls-Royce already offers this, but it's banned in a lot of areas. If we're electrifying the car, electrify the Spirit of Ecstasy. Make that thing glow. Anyways, the car is coming out in late 2023, but Rolls-Royce is already accepting deposits to buy the car. And you guys know who paid that deposit? Supercar Blondie, baby. That's right. We like the Rolls-Royce Spectre so much that we've already paid a deposit to get one. Okay, not me, but like Alex from Supercar Blondie. We can just ask her straight up how that experience was. How do you buy a car that's not even out yet?
So I paid $30,000 for a reservation, but it's not guaranteed that I'm actually going to get it because they're only sending under 200 of them to the UAE. So fingers crossed I get an allocation and I'm going to get it in the next year, but I haven't yet seen it. So let's see. All
right, so anyways, it's time to reveal the car. We've seen the camouflage shots, and with the help of digital advancements and innovations, we have a pretty good idea that the Rolls-Royce Spectre will look something like this. Let's start off with the front. Below the new Spirit of Ecstasy is the Rolls-Royce grille. But some of you deep thinkers out there might have thought, hold up, if it's an electric car, they don't really need a grille to cool the engine, right? Yeah, you're right. To be honest, that grille is going to be there mainly for decoration because they're kind of obligated to have it there. The grille is probably the most iconic part of a Rolls-Royce, and if they were to erase that, can you just imagine seeing a Rolls-Royce without the grille? So even though they don't need a grille, they're going to have a grille, but this grille is probably going to be functional. Whether it's to cool the batteries or the brakes, I don't know, but it will be a functional grille. The other option is that it's a sealed grille because Rolls-Royce is owned by BMW and BMW already offers sealed grilles on some of their cars. Even on my car, when the car is off, the grille is completely sealed off. And when I turn the car on, the grille opens up. It's pretty cool. But for an electric car, if it's not functional, you might as well just have a sealed grille. And you know what I'd like to see Rolls-Royce do that's 100% not gonna happen? An illuminated grille that fills up according to battery charge. Anyways, I don't see Rolls-Royce doing that at all, but it would be pretty cool. Moving on, let's talk about the headlights. Yet again, we see the split headlights design. We literally just did a video revealing the Ferrari Purosangue that also had this, and we mentioned how this look is trending now. Many car companies are going for this look, but I think the most famous split headlight design comes from BMW and their 7 Series. When BMW first revealed the 7 Series, everybody was going ape shit. And since BMW owns Rolls-Royce, boom, here it is again. Speaking of BMW, we can also expect the Spectre to use some bits and bobs from the BMW i7. We already know that the batteries have been built in collaboration with BMW. Anyway, speaking of headlights, I actually went to the Rolls-Royce headquarters over in the UK, and I saw the new Phantom Starlight headlights, and I think they look incredible. This is crazy. This is the first ever Starlight headlight. 520 individual stars in there. Inside of a headlight. These headlights on the Spectre look way too thin to have that feature, which kind of stinks because that would have been an excellent touch. Anyways, moving on, the wheels. We got 23-inch rims coming standard. Obviously, because it's an electric car, you have a little bit more of that covered kind of style that everyone's going for. And of course, you're gonna have the weighted Rolls-Royce logo in the middle, as always. On the side, obviously, judging by the positioning of the door handles, we're gonna get suicide doors again, which is always great. And you have the sloped shape, which makes people think that it looks like a Wraith, but again, it's supposed to have the same kind of dimensions as the Rolls-Royce Phantom Coupe. And that brings us to our second render, the back. Not a crazy amount to observe, the taillights look great, and obviously there's no exhaust pipes because this car is electric. Still though, we can expect a more refreshed, sporty look than what we have on the Rolls-Royce today. All right, lastly, it's time to talk about the inside. Now, this is a tough one to figure out, and this is purely speculation, but we know that Rolls-Royce has a pretty go-to look. I expect this car to be one step below the Phantom on the Rolls-Royce hierarchy, but definitely in the highest end of the Rolls-Royce lineup. Of course, we can expect soft leather seats with glossy textures, and potentially a Phantom-esque gallery with whatever you want to put in there. The galleries on the Phantoms are incredible. They look so freaking good, and you can pretty much request to have just about anything you want on there. This single piece of glass going from end to end, which I don't know how it looks on camera, but in person, it's pretty shocking. I mean, it is a thing of beauty. People have even requested to have their deceased family's ashes on there. So if you want to put a piece of wood from your childhood favorite tree, or you want to put anything else, they can pretty much do it. In fact, there's even a strong chance that this thing is going to be able to play NFTs. That's right. The game is changing. Also, the Starlight roof should come standard, and we can expect this car to start at about $400,000. The car should have a range of about 600 to 650 kilometers and be the most aerodynamic Rolls-Royce ever built. And by the way, this is a dawn of a new era, because absolutely all new Rolls-Royces will be fully electric by the year 2030, and the Spectre is getting the party started. What do you guys think? Let me know. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you guys next time.